delight. Oh, this is so good. Seriously, why don't you consider bottling this too? We'd make a fortune on it. She hands me back her glass to be topped off. I don't know, I guess because Gigi always made it just for us, I answer as we walk into the living room. With the storm and the air conditioning, the house cooled quickly, so I grab us both a plush blanket, then we curl up next to each other on the couch. Gigi is my grandmother. Well, was. And she also filled the role of our mother. After all, she was only 42 when James and I moved in. Well, if you ever change your mind, I am totally on board with the marketing of this product, too. I can see the dollar signs now. She waves her hand in the air and pretends to stare at imaginary money floating by. You see dollar signs because you are obsessed with money. I have enough. What do I need more for? Perhaps all the repairs you keep having to make on this house? She eyes me knowingly, shaking her head, and then she takes another long sip of her drink while watching me over the rim. She's right. And she knows I know she is, but I don't want to talk about it or listen to her do so. Reaching over, I grab the remote and turn up the volume. This house, my house, has been in our family for 3 generations. It's a large farm style with a wraparound porch, and lately it has seemed to need a lot of repairs and updates, but I don't mind. I live and work out of this house, and it's been fun to add my own look and style to the inside, especially the kitchen. The kitchen, my place of solace, my temple. For as long as I can remember, I've been baking pies. When I was 16, I entered a pie contest at the Florida State Fair and won. After that, people around town started coming to me to place orders for pies. That's when I knew college wasn't for me, but culinary school was. 5 years ago, I started a part-time company called Firefly Kitchen. 3 years ago, it turned full-time, and that's when I hired my lifelong best friend Marie, who did go to college, to help manage the business side of things. All day, every day, I get to bake pies and cook in this kitchen. I have the best job in the world. Marie stretches out her legs to prop them on the coffee table in front of us, and I'm grateful when she changes the subject. How about we talk about your football god and how I can't believe he's going to do this interview? She grins at me. I don't correct her, but he's not mine, even if there is a part of me that wants to believe he is. After all, shouting, "I saw him first," should count for something. I know. I'm just glad they advertised it so we would know. I cross my legs under my blanket and take another sip of sangria. Of course they were going to advertise this. This interview is going to be huge for their ratings. No one has ever been able to get Bryan to sit down for a one-on-one. Ever since high school, Bryan has hated the media. He's never wanted to be glorified or idolized, even though it comes with the territory of his career. He's always wanted people to recognize that it's hard work, dedication, and love for his craft that got him where he is. Plus, he's seen over and over again how the media can crash and burn someone, so in his mind, the less he gives them, the less they will bother him. Staying off their radar has always been a big deal to him. He just wants to play the game. Why do you think he agreed this time? She asks, as if I would somehow know the answer. I don't know. Maybe they wrote it into his contract. If I were Tampa, I would be pushing him out everywhere. He's the real deal, and it only brings in more money for all of them. Yeah, you're probably right, but to be on Paul Miller's show, it just blows my mind. This guy only interviews the best of the best, and yes, before you say anything, I know Bryan is the best, but I can still see him standing in the backyard, lanky, needing a haircut, and throwing the ball around with James. I can still see him too, which is part of the problem. It was such a long time ago, and I know he's changed. He's not that guy anymore. No, at 6'4" and 225 pounds, he is definitely not that guy anymore. But then again, haven't we all changed? I ask. Marie just looks at me and doesn't say anything. Yes, I still live in the same house I grew up in, but that is circumstantial. And yes, I still dream about the boy who got away, but I've grown up over the years too. I had to. I graduated from culinary school, took care of Gigi by myself until the end, started my own business, and now manage and run this house. I have responsibilities and commitments. Hearing the commercials end, I focus as the interviewer's voice pulls me from my thoughts. My gaze zeroes in on the television, and my heart rate